The most dangerous moment in history is not when a system collapses. It is when the system still looks powerful, but quietly stops working the way it used to. That is how big systems begin to crack. Not with one explosion, not with one war, not with one headline. It starts somewhere deeper, with trust wearing out inside the machinery. For decades, the modern world ran on one unspoken assumption. Money would keep moving, goods would keep flowing, energy would keep crossing borders, and the system underneath it all would stay strong enough to hold everything together. That assumption did not just shape the modern age, it built it. Factories trusted suppliers on the other side of the world. Governments borrowed with confidence. Investors priced the future. Consumers bought things without thinking about ports, shipping lanes, reserve currencies, or payment systems. The system felt invisible because it worked. But history shows the same pattern again and again. The more connected a system becomes, the more fragile it gets in places most people never see. Scale creates efficiency, but it also creates dependence. When one system connects everything, every part starts leaning on every other part. Trade depends on finance. Finance depends on trust. Trust depends on political stability. And political stability depends on costs staying bearable. Once those costs start rising, the machine gets heavier. That is where the real danger begins. Not when people panic, when they quietly adjust. Companies build backup supply chains. Countries settle trade in other currencies. Allies start acting less like partners and more like risk managers. Investors stop asking what is most profitable and start asking what is safest. These are not random shifts, they are stress signals. And the first thing that usually breaks is not trade, it's confidence. Because global systems are held together by belief before anything else. Belief that contracts will hold. Belief that shipping routes will stay open. Belief that payment systems will clear. Belief that the center is still strong enough to take the pressure. Once that belief weakens, behavior changes. And once behavior changes, the structure starts changing with it. That is why big systems often look stable right before they stop being stable. The surface still holds, the logos are still there, the markets still open, the ships still move, the institutions still speak in the language of order. But underneath, something has changed. People are no longer trusting the system, they are managing their exposure to it. A system can survive pressure. It can survive debt. It can survive conflict. What it cannot survive forever is widespread doubt. That is how eras end. Not when the machine disappears, but when enough people stop believing it will keep working the same way tomorrow. And once that happens, the next system is already beginning.